Oh, the kid in me totally lost my mind. What was he thinking? What's poppin', y'all? Welcome to another episode of Rock Pops MMA. I'm your ringmaster and host, Rock Blackwell. And on this episode, we're popping on the UFC 203 review. Alright guys, so UFC 203 is in the books from Cleveland, Ohio. I want to go in the same order that I went in when I was talking about my preview. Fight number 1, Rivera versus Faber. I called it. As much as he is a great journeyman at this point, I think that's all he is at this point. I love the kid, the California kid. He's awesome, he's spectacular, but he just doesn't have what the new kids have anymore. Round 1, it was a feeling out process to really see, you could see the fighters trying to figure out what they wanted to do. Faber was aggressive, but he wasn't making anything significant in his striking. Round 2, Rivera's got some nasty kicks, puts Faber down a couple of times with those kicks, or at least knocks him off balance. He's just chipping away at Uriah Faber. Round 3 was more of the same. You didn't see a sense of urgency from Faber. He was just out there kind of going through the motions, it looked like. What was he thinking? Uriah was good before based on his explosion and his speed mixed with his precision and ability to transition between martial arts, meaning to go from striking into wrestling, into jiu-jitsu, into submissions, back and forth seamlessly with a lot of speed, a lot of power. He still got some of his speed, he's still got his power, but what looks like it's lacking is his precision from transition to transition. And it's just easier to read as these guys get better and better. Next, I want to talk about Werdum and Travis Browne, part 2. Round number 1. Werdum comes out with a flying leg kick to the face. Bow! What? This is a heavyweight. Like I said, Werdum moves like a middleweight or a welterweight. That was impressive, but then Rolling Thunder? What was he thinking? Then next thing we know, Travis Browne's got a broken finger or a dislocated finger. He tries to stop the fight. The ref calls timeout, but only towards the timekeepers. He doesn't tell Werdum, and Werdum comes in and gives Travis Browne that hook. What was he thinking? Man, Werdum has no respect when he's coming out with flying kicks and rolling thunder and just hitting the guy even though he's taking a timeout. Travis Browne, you can't just take a timeout because you got an ouchie on your finger. What was he thinking? Werdum got him on his back. It looked like he was going to be able to put him away, but then he just couldn't. Time ran out and Browne made it through the round. Second round, another rolling thunder. Spitting heel kick. What is going on? This fight is looking sloppy, disrespectful. Also, Browne looks like he's just going through the motions. Clearly he's behind on the card. Round number 3 comes. There's no sense of urgency. What was he thinking? It is what it is. We get these post-fight antics. Werdum, how you gonna push kick his coach, man? What was he thinking? The main event was Overeem, the Overeem versus Stipe Miocic. Told you guys beforehand, the Stipe looked focused. I thought he would win it, but then I changed my pick at the last moment. Look, man, both these guys hurt each other. Stipe said he wasn't hurt by Overeem's punch. Not true. You might have gathered yourself, but he hurt you. You couldn't even remember if it was the difference between a kick and a punch. He slapped that guillotine on him. It looked nice, but he just couldn't keep it on him. No, Stipe did not tap. But the thing that really stood out to me about this fight was the fact that Overeem ran so much. What was he thinking? For somebody who is such a competent striker with a versatility of striking, you know, he can go in his bag, he can pull out elbows, he can go in his bag, he can pull out kicks, he's got knees, he's got clinch, he's got fists, and this dude just ran from getting hit. I don't know if it's a lack of confidence in himself because now he's not on whatever he used to be on. Maybe because he doesn't look the same. Maybe because he's been knocked out so many times he knows he's got a glass chin and so he can't afford it. But whatever it is, man, that was ugly to watch. Anyway, Stipe caught him, put him on the ground, gave him a hammer fist, banged on him. I thought, you know, Overeem was defending himself until I saw his hands go limp, like he got knocked out on the ground. Lastly, CM Punk versus Mickey Gall. What was he thinking? Guys, look, let me tell you something. I want to walk you through this with me. If you don't know, WWE Every superstar has their own music. And when you hear their music pop, you know that they're coming. And the way that they set it up is like, usually it's right before they come down and their music comes on, all right? And when that happens, we call it a pop. Everybody cheers. Every now and again, if a fighter is going to interrupt someone, they don't just run out from the back. Their music hits and the crowd goes wild because you hear the music. There's this connection to that music, to that fighter. The cue goes black and they hit CM Punk's Cult of Personality wrestling music. Oh, the kid in me totally lost my mind. I forgot the fact that this was actually a white belt amateur going in to fight a brown belt in jiu-jitsu professional. And I could only think, Pavlov's association, here comes a superhero. Here comes CM Punk. I got so giddy with his music and the long walk out, and I swear he forgot where he was too, because the way he was embodying what was happening, the way he walked out, and him trying not to smile but then having to smile because he's happy, and then the way he takes a breath before he goes in the ring. If you have ever watched professional wrestling, you know this is what they do before they get in the wrestling ring to soak it up and hear the cheers, and that's what he was doing. And he had me hoping, believing in him for a hot second. What was he thinking? He goes in the ring. They don't even bring them together to do the punches, to listen to the rules. I guess the referees forgot. It was a total sideshow, guys. But it was awesome. CM Punk comes out so hard. He runs across, he gallops across the ring with his hands out. Guys, he closed the distance like my 9-year-old son would try to do on me or something. Like, he had no idea. What was he thinking? I don't mean to laugh because I love CM Punk. I respect the fact that he did this. It was so great, but it was so unbelievable that this is what he did. Clearly he can't punch. Clearly he can't throw hands. I told you that they were hiding this guy. I told you that when I saw him just throwing hands at the bag, just even moving, he didn't have rhythm moving from his shoulders or from his hips. He's got no power, so he's got no hands, okay? So clearly he wanted to get in there and grapple. But he came in at the wrong level. I mean, Mickey just immediately went to his hips. CM Punk gave up his hips. I mean, you can't close a distance that much and give up your hips. And he just gave him a little double leg takedown and just started raining down on him. It was over before it was over. I give CM Punk this though. Dude had heart. He stayed. He stayed in that fight longer than he should have. He fought out of getting choked out, even though there was no way he was going to get out of it. So he could have given up, gotten choked out sooner, saved himself some punishment, and just said, I got to get back to the drawing board. I'll come back another day. He tried to fight as much as he could. And for that, big props to CM Punk. I hope that he can continue and get better. It's just that at age 37, I don't know how you do it. At any rate, that's what I got for you. Tell me, what do you guys think? Were you surprised at the way Overeem ran? Did you think Stipe was going to catch him? What about this Verdum Brown fight? What do you think about Faber? Do you think the CM Punk or Mickey Gall has a future past this sideshow they just put on? Whatever you think, holla at your boy in the comments. As always, thank you for watching this episode of Rock Pops. Be sure to click like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, keep it poppin'. Peace.